Let's begin from the Volta region, where some 7 people have reportedly been injured following a sporadic shooting incident at the whole central mosque in that region. It is unclear what led to about 5 masked men besieging the mosque and shortening into a gathering preparing for Friday's Juma prayers. And some witnesses have linked the incident to a protracted dispute between 2 factions, claiming that the regional chief imam position is at stake. About 15 individuals have been picked up in connection with the shooting incident. And let's get on to Zoom right now and speak to the Volta Regional Minister, James Gunu, who is joining us for more. Minister, grateful for your time this afternoon. Can you provide us any update on investigation into this shooting, including identity of the masked men and, of course, the 15 individuals who have reportedly been picked up? Kindly unmute your microphone so we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. For now, what we know is that there was a shooting incident that occurred at Ho Zongo near the mosque at about 9:35 a.m. this morning when our brothers and sisters were preparing to go for their Friday Juma prayers, resulting in 12 injuries. The injured are currently receiving treatment at various health facilities within the municipality, and they are responding to treatment according to doctors. Police have also arrested 14 suspects who are currently in custody pending investigation. Calm has been restored to the area, and I want to use your platform to appeal to our brothers and sisters to give peace a chance. No one should take the law into his or her own hands. We'll make sure that we maintain the peace and security of the area. Thank you.
Right. Minister, you've mentioned that some people have been picked up. But apart from that, what other measures are being taken by your office to ensure the safety of worshippers at the central mosque and other religious centers in the Volta region?
We have security presence at the mosque currently, so there's no cause for alarm.
And how does the government plan to address the underlying conflict between alleged factions that are claiming the Volta regional chief imam position to prevent future violence?
Definitely, let's wait for the investigation to be concluded. Then we know the exact cause of or causes of this particular incident. I don't want to preempt the police investigation. We hope and pray that we'll get the result very soon. And then Regional Security Council will also be meeting on Monday, and whatever findings that they come out with will definitely be discussed, and the appropriate step will be taken to ensure peace and stability of the area and by extension, the entire region.
Right. James Gunu, thank you very much. That's the Volta Regional Minister. Let's stay a while in the region and speak to our resident correspondent, Fred Kwame Asari. Fred, how are residents and mosque members reacting to the shooting, and what really is the general mood in the community following this incident?
I didn't get the question. Can you repeat it?
Yes, go ahead.
Currently, there is calm in the whole Zongo community, I should say. Just like the minister narrated, at about 9:30, some unidentified gunmen, I am told about 6 or 7 of them, stormed the whole central prison, shooting into the gathering who was preparing the mosque for their Friday Juma prayers. Out of these, some 11 people were injured. I am currently at the whole Teton Hospital, and then I counted about 8 people who are being treated here at the whole Teton Hospital. They have most of them sustained injuries at the lower part of their body. That is, some on their legs, their feet, knee, thighs, and then the groin area. So they are receiving treatment there at the whole different hospital, and then most of them are responding to treatment. Some of them have also been sent for X-ray. So back to the incident, some of the eyewitnesses who I spoke to are somehow drawing connection to a Volta Regional Chief Imam impasse that has been in the region for quite some time, I think from 2019. They mentioned that a Navara pickup registered 485124 GT was the vehicle that brought these armed men. Some of them were not armed. I had a chance to watch a video of them in the premises. Some of them were not armed, neither were they masked. But then 5 of them were masked. So they entered the mosque and then started shooting. I was also told that though the people with the gun were or had masks on, some people who are residents who they were able to identify as part of the Muslim community were with this armed gunmen and then pointing out at people that they want to shoot. So they go like, okay, shoot this person, shoot this person. They're saying this in Everett, shoot this person, shoot this person. And then I'm told the chief imam was also part of the people that were targeted. But then fortunately for him, he left the scene and then his son got hit by a bullet. So as we speak, here in the Volta region, 2 people are claiming the position of Volta Regional Chief Imam. This started from 2019. We have the deputy Volta Regional Chief Imam. He was the deputy to the immediate past, that is Alhaji Danjuma. He died in 2017. So the second deputy Chief Imam, who is Alhaji Anas, was what's it called? They raised him to become the chief imam. People were not in agreement with this. So there's another party or faction that is identifying one Alhaji Ali Muniru as the Volta Regional Chief Imam. So here in the region, sometimes you attend public gatherings, events, then they introduce Anas as the regional chief imam, and then at another event, then they introduce Alhaji Ali Muniri as the Volta Regional Chief Imam. So this has been occurring for quite some time now. I spoke to Alhaji Anas Amiri, who was not happy with all that is happening. And then he was saying that, or he cautioned political leaders to not indulge or involve themselves with religious issues. He is thinking that this is coming from some political angle, but then he's praying that the authorities and then the security services would put their heads together, and any other stakeholder connected to this will put their heads together and ensure that there is peace, and then this Volta Regional Chief Imam impasse is resolved amicably to prevent further conflicts from happening. So he is at the hospital seeing to people who were injured and then trying to share in their pain and then encourage them that they shouldn't worry, everything will be all right. And then he has well called on the political leaders to step in and then ensure peace.
Right. And Fred, what's the general security in the region like?
For general security, I should say for some time now, we have not had any issues with that security. Just recently, the Volta Regional Minister led a joint youth march in preparation towards the Unitard, and then he promised that there would be an incident free. So he says that they are going to build on this enhanced security to ensure there's peace around, and people do not live in fear. However, today's incident is just one of such issues where you may not preempt that it would happen. But generally, for security, I should say it has really improved, and then issues of civil robbery and stuff like that are not really happening as it was in the past.
And are there any reports of similar disputes or violence in other mosques or communities in the Volta region that could indicate a wider pattern?
You mean, Kindly come again with the question. I think there was a bit somewhere.
I'm trying to find out if there are some sporadic incidents of, in the mosque or communities in the Volta region that could indicate a wider pattern of this particular issue.
Oh, no. It was just this isolated issue that occurred this morning. Aside that, there's no other issue in any other part of the region that should be investigated.
Fred Kwame Asare, thank you very much. That's our resident correspondent in the Volta region. And two other stories this afternoon. A Deputy Finance Minister and MP for Esujaman constituency, Thomas Ampim Nyako, has pledged to transform the economic fortunes of Awurahai and Sapo through some investment in critical social infrastructure. Despite being a few kilometers from the Akosombo power dam, the two communities endured decades without electricity. Commissioning a 2.4-kilometer electricity network extension project on Christmas Day, Mr. Ampim Nyako reaffirmed his unwavering commitment to expanding essential infrastructure, including roads and markets, to drive productivity and improve living standards of residents. Carlos Coloni has the rest of the story.
Residents of Awurahai and Sapo, two communities near the Akosombo hydro dam, have lived for generations without access to grid electricity, a situation that has undermined livelihoods and quality of life. But that has changed on Christmas Day, December 25, 2025. Their Member of Parliament, Thomas Ampim Nyako, commissioned a self-funded electrification project as a Christmas gift to the resident.
The first Christmas present, President Mahama Ede Mamone, and they say, or Mamu Kania. This electricity will improve the living condition of the people here. Apart from electrification, you can also see, sir, we are working hard on your road. And the Akosombo Jekiti Kudikopen Road in Etaho. Subsequent to that, you have seen the aggression with which the contractors are working. And the road ya moving, our contractor ya starting, until so
the MP further announced plans to construct a 6-unit teachers' bungalow to improve accommodation and retain teachers in the Sapo community.
This community has experienced a very high rate of teacher attrition. Anytime teachers are posted here, within a year or two, they manage to get postings out of the community. As we speak now, we don't have enough teachers in the schools, and so sometimes they have to combine classes. It's because of the environment here. One, there was no electricity here. Today, there is electricity. And so we have also secured one contract for the construction of 6-unit teachers' bungalows to allow teachers to get decent accommodation here, because some of them commute from Akosombo to this place, a very long distance, and so it affects their output. And I believe that we'll be able to finish that construction next year and allow teachers to live here and to teach here.
On his part, Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition, Richard Jan Mensah, said Ghana's electricity access rate, currently at 89.3%, will be increased to 90% by the end of 2026.
And it is the commitment of this government that by the end of 2026, at least 90% of Ghanaians, 90% of Ghanaians' electricity assets will get to a lot of Ghanaians. And then by 2030, government commitment, by 2030, even though this government tenure would end in 2028, we are very hopeful that will continue. So by 2030, about 99.9% of Ghanaians will have electricity. Yes.
Some residents have welcomed the project, expressing optimism about its transformative potential across multiple sectors.
Previously, teachers always come in a short time, they move away. But today that we have light, teachers are now going to stay. And then students can also learn daytime, and even in the night, they will have light to learn.
This is Awurahai indeed. We know this electrification project at Awurahai is going to impact the people of Awurahai because everything they do here concerns farming and fishing.
The MP also announced plans to begin construction of a 24-hour market in Irahai to support the community's fishing and trading activities. Carlos Caloni, Joy News, Irahai.
That's not